mellow on them.
Hello, everybody. This is your man, Jay Takashi. I'm here to bring you guys another episode review. Season 2 of Masamunekunnorevenge. And guys, I'm gonna be splitting this up. I'm gonna be splitting my thoughts basically we went down this episode of segments. But I want to start with the biggest one first, and then I'll get to the lesser one at the very end, which I think is least important personally. But first of all, guys, let me say this: if you're new to the channel, be sure to like, subscribe, comment, all that jazz, and also be sure to check out the content instead. Now, with that being said, guys, let's get into this week's episode. Okay, so in this episode, it was revealed basically by Masamune that he put together that Aragaki story that he got told, or at least that got told about him last episode, didn't add up to him because she doesn't call him pig's foot, and that's only something that Yoshino did. Because Aki had said that, but I never saw him again, things of that nature. So the willings after that conversation in Paris particularly lingered, and he started putting things together throughout I won't say throughout the entire episode, but he actually put it together in his mind that Yoshino would have had to have been the one to actually be there that night and reject him because he called her out in the very last minute of the episode, and actually literally singles her out and says, Aki never called me that name. You're the only one that calls me that. And when I brought up Aki, she didn't even, like I said, she never said it. So therefore, you're the only one with the knowledge of that name, which means you had to be the one falsely dressing as Aki, and you rejected me, not her. And we actually get a quick 10-second reveal that it was her, and the episode ends on that point. But also we're not done, guys. So within that correlation, it actually helps Masamune to kind of, in a sense, maybe move on if he decides to, and also likely to really, he needs to get answers from Yoshino. That's most likely the version of what's going to have to happen in order for him to really move on and move forward. Either because technically there's really no revenge towards Aki, it's more revenge against Yoshino if you really think about it. Because of what she pretended. Because technically he's had falsified rage, falsified frustration of his rejection at the wrong person, who never even claimed it happened, when it was the one right in front of him all the time, that was basically giving him hints on how to like subdue Aragakiaki. And Yoshino, we're gonna have to find out her reasons for why she's doing this. But I'm looking forward to next episode to see what that reason is. Okay, so so hopefully I covered the Masamune part of Yoshino being exposed. So let's get it. So let's get into the fake. Sorry guys. Let's get into the fake Masamune, aka Yaso kind of gets. So basically, it is revealed in this episode that Kamigaru Natsu is only doing this. It's only pretending to be the real Masamune, or I guess like Masamune, because he is trying to marry into the Aragaki Aki family for their finances, so that he can cure his sister or pay for his sister's quote unquote health expenses, and also cure her. And I will say this on top of it, Aki doesn't know, of course, and also that to the point where her friends are kind of like being annoying, nagging bitches, which I'll get into later on about that. But yes, he is doing, and I will say this, he is doing something, or she, whatever. But he is doing something wrong for the sake of his sister, and anybody who has a loved one, I think I can understand that to a degree, but it's still for the wrong reasons. And also, he's bit, like I said, it's just done in poor taste what he's doing, because because the thing is, he's manipulating someone through a false gaze, which he really isn't not that person, and he's actually using it to a means to an end in order to fuel his own quote unquote purpose, goals. Sorry, I think I say goals. I say purpose. It's goals. Even if it means hurting the person, which he doesn't really fucking like. He just wants to marry into that person, just so he can reap the benefits of their family's wealth. I'm not a fan of that, but that's basically what it is. And you get a flashback of him actually finding the picture of her meeting Masamune, and he goes on all that disguise of what helped set him up to like be in the position he's in now. So yes, so that's one aspect of the episode that I want to get on, and also hopefully more revelations about that comes to present to Aki, because hopefully she catches on things of that nature besides Yoshino knowing. And by the way, Gaso actually told on Yoshino, and she got technically in trouble from that with her family. So he was a snitch, basically, tattletale. Like the little snitch he is. But other than that, that's what happened between the dynamics between Aki, Gaso, and her friends. But we'll get more into her friends later on. But Aki at the time was getting kind of like more of a treatment done by Gaso to tell him, like, you should not focus on Masamune, which is a manipulation tactic, because he's trying to get her to, like I say, trying to get her to fall in love with him and also marry him and shit of his nature. That's what he's trying to go for. But what I said which is all in bad taste, and also, like I said, it's very bad taste. In class, that's what he's doing. but she's dealing with a lot of different things right now, and it's kind of like messing up her mind to where she's very conflicted and she's just upset to the point where she told all her friends to shut the hell up. Like, seriously, which they do need to shut up, because they're very annoying and they're just ignorant towards everything. And like I said, I'll get to them at the very end of the episode, guys. I'm sorry. So two of the points that, well, actually, really just one. So also, guys, in this episode, we have Muriel's older brother actually. We have her brother actually come and meet Masamune to actually talk to her about the actual about helping her with her manga, things of that nature. And also Masamune thought he's being chased down by him and his men, and then they corner him and he talks and he says, you know what, normally I would pop you full of lead, but you help my sister Muriel, and also she drew this to give this to you guys, like her not her manuscript, but like her kind of like her scanlation, her sketch drawings of Masamune, which is really funny. She kind of depicted what he was prior, and she drew them currently, like from their childhood all the way to them to what they look like now in high school, as a manuscript slash rough draft for her story, and actually drew them perfectly. And Masamune actually thinks to himself, saying like, why didn't we end up like this? And Mirabel down to know, like, I actually believe in good endings and things of that nature. Timmy, her brother, actually passed on a saying before he left, and actually believed that. And kind of leaves Masamune wondering things, how things will turn out. Also, in this episode, we also have Fujinomiya actually talk to Masamune and really tell him like, if your goal is for revenge, what? I said no. So why go out if you just plan on dumping her? He said, just for my revenge. Then that's not love. Love is actually you actually opening your heart to someone and actually being with them, and not wanting to hurt them. And she convinces him that you shouldn't probably go out. You probably shouldn't pursue her anymore. You could actually live. You could actually lead a decent, loving relationship with someone that you like and someone that likes you for who you are, despite your past. Which is Fujinomiya, which is why I've always agreed that she should have been the one to be with him, particularly because she likes him for him. Even though she's trying to experience love, things of her own nature, she is by all nature a good person. And I've said that before too. And in a sense, she's right. She's actually trying to like really trying to get through Masamune's like stubbornness with his revenge nonsense. Honestly, I say it's nonsense to me, but I think it's nonsense. But it's not nonsense to Masamune. And guys, that's it on everything. But I do want to point something out about just a quick rant about Aki's friends. They're the worst kind of people. Just like how I'm gonna say two people who are trash in the series. Gasso is trash, and her friends are trash. Gasso is trash for trying to manipulating Aki and pretend to be someone else. He's identity theft and all that noise, so he has to be in jail for that. Her girls are the worst kind of her girlfriends, quote unquote friends, are the worst kind of people because they are literally I'll say this. Even if the person they actually are right to tell this motherfucker not to pursue a relationship with them in this sense, because we as honest know that motherfucker is a fake. He's a fake. But where they're toxic at, they're very toxic. Well, no one should pursue Akisama, all the blah, blah, blah. You shouldn't do all this. It's like they have no agency or no relevancy to themselves. Like, so they're like the prime example of a toxic groupie band that just says nonsensical shit because they don't want that person's idol to be taken by somebody, and while all the same time that they're single and they're just kind of just feeding off her aura. To be honest, they're feeding off air, and by all God, they deserve to get knocked in the face or slip on a banana peel, hurt their heads, whatever. They're actually, I'll be honest, besides the motherfucker faking it to make it, they are like by far the most annoying trend people in the actual series that I do not like. Even season 1, it was done for comedic effect, and I understand that there may be like her crew or entourage or whatever, some shit you want to say in your mind, but they're the worst type of groupie support for female friends I have ever fucking seen in a series. They're actually terrible people, and trust me, I hope that concrete hits them right on the face, honestly, in the series, or they end up staying the rest of their lives. With that being said, y'all guys, that is my breakdown of the episode and also my thoughts on each one things. I think, like I said, the highlights for me particularly is Masamune. Like I said, Masamune questioning his relationship with Yoshino and actually exposing her of what she did to him in the past, particularly, and also how that's gonna have an effect on the next current episode. and also kind of gets the fake Masamune. Just those are the two highlights of the episode, and also a little bit of what Fujimi Mia said, because I think what she said is some real life shit. But with that being said, y'all, peace out. Good night. Drink some water, drink tea. And be sure to exercise, please. Peace out.